It's been a turbulent election cycle, and Donald Trump's recent rally in Novi, Michigan, showcased the familiar yet unsettling spectacle of the former president's unpredictable campaign style. Just minutes into his speech, Trump veered wildly into pop culture, ranting about Beyonce's recent appearance alongside Vice President Kamala Harris. He slurred, rambled, and circled around his points, leaving his Michigan audience with dwindling enthusiasm until he brought up a favorite talking point among some conservative voters: trans issues. Even then, the crowd's response felt half-hearted and, ultimately, even Fox News cut away from the event after Trump rehashed his grievances without clear direction. So, why is Trump targeting Beyonce? And what's behind the media pullback from his once highly publicized rallies? Here's an in-depth look at the rally, Trump's shifting message, his fixation on celebrities, and how this approach contrasts with Vice President Harris and Beyonce's fresh, unity-focused message just days before. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to reaching 5,000 subscribers, but we can't do it without you. So, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe right now. And if you're already subscribed, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment to let me know your thoughts. Alright, let's dive right into it. Trump's celebrity fixation, an obsession with Beyonce. It didn't take long before Trump turned his attention to a surprising figure at his Michigan rally, none other than Beyonce. Just the night before, the iconic singer made headlines with an inspiring speech at a Houston rally with Kamala Harris, electrifying the crowd with a hopeful message about voting and democracy. Trump, seemingly rattled, tried to undercut the significance of her appearance, referring to her only vaguely before diving into a confused rant about her influence and crowd reactions. "Last night, my opponent had one of these and they got Beyonce," Trump slurred, "and Beyonce, Beyonce, they got Beyonce." Attempting to mock her impact, he continued, "She spoke for a couple of minutes and left, and the place went crazy. They booed the hell out of everybody. They thought she was going to perform." Despite this attempt to downplay her appearance, Beyonce's influence was undeniable, and Trump's dismissive tone only underscored the disconnect between his nostalgia-driven base and the younger, more diverse crowd drawn to Beyonce and Harris. But what Trump missed entirely was the actual impact Beyonce's speech had, especially when she highlighted the importance of unity and the power of each vote to shape a positive future. Her words resonated with a diverse audience eager for change, contrasting with Trump's dwindling crowds, which seemed less responsive and visibly less engaged. The crowd goes silent until trans issues come up. While Trump's comments on Beyonce barely registered a reaction, his remarks on trans issues momentarily stirred the crowd. This point, which Trump has wielded in an attempt to rally his base, showed the true demographic he's still resonating with: individuals primarily focused on specific culture war issues. Yet even here, the response was far from overwhelming, and Fox News soon cut away from the rally entirely. The media giant has traditionally backed Trump, but his recent incoherence and off-the-mark messaging have pushed even his most stalwart allies to question how much airtime to dedicate to his spiraling rhetoric. In fact, Fox's decision to pull away mid-speech wasn't the only indication that Trump's rallies are faltering. Viewers and commentators alike noted the lackluster enthusiasm among attendees, with some crowd members looking more interested in their phones than his speech. Gone are the raucous gatherings of 2016. Instead, Trump is met with yawns and wandering glances from his audience, a troubling sign for any campaign. Kamala Harris and Beyonce, a powerhouse for unity. In stark contrast to Trump's lack of coherence, Kamala Harris and Beyonce appeared united and energized in Houston. Their rally was a rallying cry for Americans of all backgrounds to participate in the democratic process, with Beyonce's speech taking on a unifying, almost poetic tone. She urged, "We must vote, and we need you. It's time to sing a new song, a song that began 248 years ago." Her message invoked a call for a collective future, resonating with the young, vibrant audience. Kelly Rowland also spoke with passion, adding her voice to the anthem of unity and progress. She encouraged the crowd to grab back the pen to forge a new path, a statement that struck a chord as she connected it to her childhood memories of pledging allegiance to the United States. For her and countless others, this pledge represented a vision of opportunity and unity, values that Beyonce, Rowland, and Harris all championed that night. The event marked a stark difference from Trump's tone and focus, highlighting the campaign's divergent approaches to American identity and values. Trump's celebrity hypocrisy. Although Trump mocked Beyoncé's presence, he has repeatedly turned to celebrities and influencers to bolster his own campaigns. From Kid Rock to Elon Musk, Trump courts figures from the entertainment and tech industries to appeal to his base. His public disdain for celebrities like Beyonce or Mark Cuban seems at odds with his own reliance on celebrity endorsements. Yet when it comes to a successful and impactful appearance like Beyonce's, Trump's criticisms sound more like insecurity than a principled stance. Ironically, while claiming he doesn't need celebrity endorsement, Trump has leaned heavily on figures like Kid Rock and Joe Rogan to generate excitement. This contradiction reveals his own dependence on pop culture to drive enthusiasm, despite his critiques of those on the opposing side who do the same. Back to basics. But is it enough? As the rally continued, Trump resorted to his favorite topics, including immigration and claims of election fraud. He circled back to manufacturing jobs, albeit with noticeably lower energy. "We're going to bring all those jobs back," he said, though even this long-standing rallying cry failed to inspire his crowd. Cameras caught attendees on their phones, and many looked away as he continued. Fox News cutting away symbolized an impatience with his repetitive grievances, with some pundits suggesting that his waning appeal may not hold up much longer. Adding another twist to his Michigan speech, Trump hinted that his lead was so significant that supporters didn't even need to vote. This casual approach may appeal to his inner circle, but could be demoralizing for any campaign hoping to drive voter turnout. The moment underscored a fundamental difference between Trump's approach to rallying supporters and the proactive, people-centered strategy emphasized by Harris, Beyonce, and Rowland. The last-minute controversies and Pennsylvania's voter fraud incident. In the final days leading up to the election, both campaigns are racing to secure votes in battleground states. The stakes are high, and controversies surrounding voter fraud are already emerging. Just recently, officials in a Pennsylvania county uncovered 2,500 potentially fraudulent voter registration applications. For Trump, this incident has served as a new talking point, while for election officials, it underscores the effectiveness of existing anti-fraud mechanisms. For those concerned with election integrity, the Pennsylvania case serves as a reminder that fraud detection systems work, and, contrary to Trump's narrative, such incidents are rare and resolvable. Election officials flagged the registrations and removed them before any ballots were cast, showcasing the checks and balances in place to protect election integrity. While Trump may try to leverage this as proof of widespread fraud, the situation in Pennsylvania is more proof of our system's resilience than of systemic abuse. With just 10 days left before Election Day, Trump's rally in Michigan may have done more to highlight his vulnerabilities than strengthen his base. His tangents about Beyonce, weak attempts at riling up the crowd, and even Fox News' retreat from the rally all indicate a campaign struggling to maintain momentum. By contrast, Harris, Beyonce, and Rowland embody a forward-looking message of unity and empowerment, appealing to voters who see beyond divisive rhetoric. In the coming days, Trump's rallies will likely continue to reflect his all-too-familiar playbook of grievances and bluster. Whether this approach will be enough to rally his base remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. The energy and optimism radiating from Harris's events with Beyonce and Rowland underscore a profound difference in vision, a vision that may just redefine what it means to make America great.